It's officially been called Australia's third wave, with states now demanding New South Wales step up COVID containment. The threat considered so big, Western Australia has gone it alone, introducing a domestic vaccine passport.
Another step closer on the path out of lockdowns.
1 in 4 eligible Australians, 1 in 4 are now fully vaccinated.
That's 25%, reaching 70% nationally, and at the individual state level will be required to unlock COVID restrictions.
It was 11.6% just a month ago. That just demonstrates how quickly this vaccination program is gathering pace.
Making vaccines mandatory would see the pace accelerate further, but that isn't the policy of the Prime Minister or Premiers. But one state leader has begun to lean into so-called vaccine passports. Mark McGowan mandating at least 1 jab required for some visitors.
It's tough, but it's fair.
Anyone entering the state from New South Wales will not only need an exemption, but proof they've been vaccinated.
We've done it for other overseas countries. We haven't done it between the states, but I think it's entirely fair. I mean, New South Wales had 390 cases today.
Yes, I do welcome the requirement.
It's essentially an unprecedented domestic vaccine passport, and it's got the PM's backing for now. But when vaccine rates are higher, that may change.
It's a decision for now. Because borders exist now. But in the future, the whole point of getting your 70% and 80% is to say ultimately goodbye to those arrangements as well.
The COVID crisis in Australia now being branded its third wave, with just under half the population living under lockdown.
We're closing in on 10,000 cases now for the whole country, and sadly 39 deaths. This is clearly our third wave.
A wave being driven by New South Wales.
New South Wales needs to have a clear plan for containment. This is of serious concern to the rest of the nation.
It's very concerning, very disappointing, very sad for the people in New South Wales.
Gladys Berejiklian, in the hot seat at Friday's National Cabinet, urged to ramp up restrictions, a ring of steel around Sydney, an ongoing push from her colleagues.
I've got to say, they were raised in a good spirit and in a good faith way.
I probably felt the same pressure I felt with them during the last 18 months.
Pressure from the Chief Medical Officer has relaxed, though, somewhat. 1 week on from his calls for a circuit breaker, Paul Kelly argues compliance and vaccines will curb the curve in the right direction.
Those things will work. People need to have hope and patience.
As Sydney's lockdown enters day 50, that patience wearing thin. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.